Most people shopping for a used car make the same mistake. They go online, they find something that looks good, the price looks right, and they buy it. 3 months later, the repair bills start showing up, and suddenly that good deal turns into a money pit. Toyota is one of the few brands where that almost never happens, and there's data to back that up. But here's the thing, not every Toyota on the used market is worth touching. Some years have known problems. Some models hold value so well they're actually overpriced used, and a couple of them require knowing exactly which trim to pick, otherwise the deal isn't as good as it looks. This list covers the 10 best used Toyotas to buy right now in 2026, ranked from solid picks at number 10, all the way to the single best used car purchase available at number 1. Every model on this list has real reliability data behind it and real used prices that exist today. Stay through to the end, because number 1 is not what most people expect. Number 10. Toyota Corolla from 2020 to 2022. Here's a number worth knowing. The average used Toyota Corolla is currently selling for $17,602 on the market, which is nearly 40% below the average used car price across all brands. That gap is the deal. The 2020 to 2022 Corolla generation hit a sweet spot that earlier years didn't. Standard Apple CarPlay, a completely redesigned interior, and Toyota's pre-collision system all came as standard equipment. These weren't optional add-ons, they were built in from the factory. For a daily driver that goes from home to work and back without drama, the numbers are simple. Average maintenance costs on a Corolla run well below class average. Parts are everywhere, mechanics know this car cold, and the 1.8-liter four-cylinder is one of the least complicated engines Toyota has ever put in a car. The 2021 Corolla Hybrid version is worth looking for specifically. In 2026, it became the most searched used car in the $25,000 range. That tells the whole story. Number 9. Toyota Venza from 2021 to 2023. Almost nobody talks about the Venza, which is actually why it makes this list. Toyota brought it back in 2021 after ending it off years earlier, and the new version is nothing like the original. Every single Venza sold since 2021 is a hybrid. No gas-only option, no decision to make. The 2.5-liter four-cylinder hybrid system runs standard on all trims. The result is 40 miles per gallon in the city, a quiet cabin that competes with vehicles costing $15,000 more, and a panoramic fixed-glass roof on higher trims that genuinely transforms the interior feel. AWD is also standard across the board. Because it flew under the radar compared to the RAV4, Venzas from 2021 to 2023 are sitting on dealer lots with less markup than comparable Toyotas. That under-the-radar status is an advantage for buyers right now. The reliability is the same Toyota platform, the price is softer, and the driving experience is notably more refined than a base RAV4. This one rewards the buyer willing to look past the more popular badge. Number 8. Toyota Highlander from 2020 to 2022. 3 rows, room for 7 or 8, and a track record that Consumer Reports keeps putting at the top of the midsize SUV reliability charts. The Highlander earns its spot at number 8 based on what families actually need, not what looks impressive on a spec sheet. The 2020 to 2022 generation brought a complete redesign. The 2.4-liter turbocharged engine replaced the older V6, and the hybrid option from this generation returns 35 combined miles per gallon, a figure most two-row SUVs can't match. What matters on the used market? A clean Highlander from this generation with full service records typically shows very low major repair frequency. RepairPal data puts the Toyota brand at an average of 0.3 repair visits per year, one of the lowest of any full brand. Three-row family SUVs from competing brands average nearly double that. The hybrid trim from 2021 onward is the one to hunt for. More expensive upfront by a few $1,000s, but the long-term fuel difference on a family SUV adds up fast. Number 7. Toyota 4Runner from 2018 to 2021. Every other SUV on this list is a crossover. The 4Runner is not, and that distinction matters more than most buyers realize. Body-on-frame construction means the 4Runner is built the same way a truck is built. The frame is separate from the body, making it far more capable off-road and far more durable long-term than unibody crossovers. That 4-liter V6 engine from 2018 to 2021 has been in production for years, which means the known issues are well documented, the fixes are cheap, and mechanics who have never touched a 4Runner before still know it inside out. IC Cars puts the chance of a 4Runner reaching 200,000 miles at over 30%. J.D. Power ranked it third in the upper midsize SUV category, with an 86 out of 100 for quality and reliability. One thing to know before buying: the 4Runner from this era gets around 16 to 17 miles per gallon. That's the trade-off. But for a buyer who needs genuine off-road capability, long-term durability, and a vehicle that holds its resale value better than almost anything else on this list, that trade-off is clearly worth it to a specific kind of buyer. Number 6. Toyota Camry Hybrid from 2020 to 2022. The regular Camry is a dependable car. The Camry Hybrid from 2020 to 2022 is a different conversation. 52 miles per gallon in city driving. That's the number that needs repeating, because most buyers assume hybrid sedans sacrifice something to get that number: power, comfort, or driving feel. The Camry Hybrid gives up none of those things. The 2.5-liter four-cylinder hybrid setup produces 208 horsepower and gets to highway speed without feeling strained. Consumer Reports rated the 2021 Camry as the second most reliable sedan on the market, with only one other Toyota model ranking ahead of it. J.D. Power's vehicle dependability study placed it at the top of the mid-size segment. A 2020 or 2021 Camry Hybrid with 50,000 to 70,000 miles on it, a clean service record, and no accident history is one of the strongest value propositions on any used car lot right now. The hybrid battery from this generation is proven. Toyota's hybrid tech has been in production for over 2 decades, and real-world battery failures on well-maintained units are genuinely rare. Number 5. Toyota Tacoma from 2018 to 2021. No used Toyota holds its value the way the Tacoma does. That's not a marketing claim. It's the most documented resale figure in the midsize truck segment. KBB ranked the Tacoma the #1 midsize truck for resale value year after year. Co-pilot data puts its average lasting at up to 300,000 miles, with an average ownership lasting between 20 and 25 years. Those aren't outlier numbers. They're averages pulled across hundreds of thousands of vehicles. The 2018 to 2021 generation is the target window for used buyers. The V6 engine option, paired with a 6-speed automatic, is the one to find. The 4-cylinder base models are fine for lighter use, but the V6 is what makes a Tacoma last through 2 decades of ownership. TRD off-road trim from this era comes with a locking rear differential, Bilstein shocks, and skid plates from the factory. That's thousands of dollars of equipment that would cost far more added aftermarket. One caution worth mentioning: the 2024 Tacoma has generated reliability complaints about transmission issues early in ownership. Staying in the 2018 to 2021 range specifically avoids those questions entirely. Number 4. Toyota RAV4 Hybrid from 2019 to 2022. The RAV4 is the best-selling SUV in the country. The RAV4 Hybrid is the version of that SUV that makes the most sense on a used lot. AWD is standard on every RAV4 Hybrid, not an option, not an upgrade. The 2.5-liter hybrid setup produces between 219 and 236 horsepower depending on the year, and city fuel economy lands around 41 to 44 miles per gallon. For an all-wheel drive SUV, that's remarkable. Consumer Reports gave the RAV4 Hybrid an 86 out of 100 for reliability. iSeeCar's data puts the expected lasting at 13.4 years and roughly 163,000 miles before significant issues. Toyota's hybrid battery carries a real-world reputation for outlasting expectations. Used RAV4 hybrids with 100,000-plus miles still regularly command strong prices because buyers trust the platform. The 2021 and 2022 model years are the sweet spot. Updated safety tech, a cleaner infotainment setup, and a slightly more refined suspension tune compared to the 2019 launch year. Used pricing for clean examples starts around $28,000 to $30,000, which is significantly below what these cost new. Number 3. Toyota Prius from 2020 to 2022. Here's something most people don't fully absorb. The average used Toyota Prius is currently selling for $15,314, nearly 48% below the average used car price across all brands. That's a hybrid vehicle with a proven powertrain from the most reliable brand in Consumer Reports rankings, at almost half the going rate for used cars. The 2020 to 2022 generation specifically is the one to target. Toyota updated the interior, added standard Apple CarPlay, improved the suspension noticeably compared to earlier generations, and the AWD version became available, a real advantage for buyers in states that deal with winter roads. City driving returns 54 miles per gallon on the standard version. Highway drops to around 50 mpg. Owners of the 2021 XLE version consistently report 55 to 60 mpg in real-world city conditions. Those aren't estimates, they're owner-reported numbers from verified buyers. Maintenance costs on the Prius are well below class average. The hybrid battery on the 2020 to 2022 generation has an excellent long-term track record. And at $15,000 entry level on the used market, the math on total cost of ownership compared to any gas-only vehicle at this price point is difficult to argue against. Number 2. Toyota Camry from 2019 to 2022. Before getting into the number 2 pick, a quick note on why the regular Camry sits higher than the Camry Hybrid on this list. The hybrid version costs more used. The regular Camry from 2019 to 2022 starts around $18,000, which opens up the most dependable midsize sedan on the market to a wider range of buyers. For someone who doesn't do a lot of city stop-and-go driving, where hybrid systems earn most of their fuel savings, the standard Camry makes practical sense. The 2.5-liter four-cylinder in the 2019 to 2022 generation is one of the most over-engineered, under-stressed engines Toyota has ever built. It produces 203 horsepower in a car that doesn't need to work hard to do its job, which is exactly why these engines routinely reach 200,000 to 250,000 miles, with nothing more than oil changes and scheduled maintenance. A 2021 or 2022 Camry SE with 40,000 to 60,000 miles on it, clean history, and consistent oil records represents what the used car market is supposed to look like. A known quantity, at a fair price, with decades of documented reliability behind the platform. J.D. Power placed the Camry at the top of mid-size vehicle dependability 2 years running. Consumer Reports lists it as the second most reliable sedan available, behind only one other Toyota. Number 1. Toyota Land Cruiser 200 Series from 2016 to 2021. This one surprises people. The price is the reason most buyers walk past it, but the math, when run properly, tells a completely different story. The Land Cruiser 200 series, produced from 2008 through 2021 in North America, is one of the most documented long-term reliability success stories of any vehicle ever sold. Stories of 300,000 to 400,000 miles on original powertrains aren't edge cases. They're the norm for this vehicle when maintained properly.